Hey guys, another video. This is June 2013, near the end of it, and the videos are going to go in quads, and how they initiate is the order. The first one is in chronological order before the next one. And right here, there was a fire in Indiana.
Going like right through the smoke.
What it was a recycling plant caught on fire, and I think it was like tires and pallets they were burning. But
that'd be crazy.
This is really uncommon. And you can see the plane went right through the smoke. So
wait,
that
is that a
was
city
pretty
over
interesting.
there?
What vacations are made out of.
It's also to show the differences between the states. That's why I'm doing a lot of training. So you can see going to Illinois, bottom right, and then going to Iowa, top left. The Mississippi River, doing it across, and top right you see how we don't have that state sign. A lot of states have a welcome sign into their state. I try to get as much pictures, and that's to help you guys to distinguish between one place and the next.
Nice.
It was actually like zoomed out like this.
I want to steal that picture.
Do you want me to send it to you? Sure.
It was handling bottom left, but only cut the bottom end of it. But that actually happens sometimes. Like it was July, so that was interesting. See cattle. It's really smelly.
Oh, it smells so bad.
You can see I was actually surprised by the amount of windmills, because we actually did a big loop before, but we went to like Utah and California, but we also went through Iowa, and there was a lot more than it used to be 5 years ago or so. So it was actually pretty impressive. They were just being miles and miles of them. They put them on farms. There's actually a funny story with that. Last year I had an internship, and we went to Chicago to present my professor's paper to a group, and on the way there was this Illinois toll road, and there was miles and miles of these windmills, and it was raining, and they all flashed red lights simultaneously, and it was night too, so it was just, you couldn't see anything, and then all of a sudden like hundreds of red lights would flash, and then there would be a lightning bolt, and then you would see them all. It was crazy. But I was at the Wrangler store at the bottom left, and they had some ridiculous prices on some boots, and I thought that was pretty crazy. You can see the American T-shirt and all that.
State. I am gonna have several offshoot videos
Studios, and the bottom right is a horse park that we're going to, and I'll have a video for that, I think.
Somewhere over here. Right there.
Right. Is this school bigger than their capital?
I think we're in Nebraska and going into Wyoming. Yeah, the Wyoming state capital is what I was just talking about. Here, bottom right,
Excuse me.
you can see that that's deer antler. I think they had 4 of those arches. I think there's like Boy Scouts pick them up. Fall season. And also paid attention because bottom right there's this one place called the Bunnery.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, you just saw it right there. Oh, and also top left liquor store was connected to my hotel, but it was delicious. We had it was a pretzel bun with what was it? It was like bacon and cheese, and I don't know if it was a burger. I forget what it was, and it was all in the one. It was a croissant. It was a croissant. It was a pretzel croissant with bacon and cheese, and it was so delicious. I forget what it was called though. And down here you can see there was a moose, which was really close. We were actually going to, there was a little historical center area thing, but the moose are really rare to find, or mostly. Even more than that are the wolves, which we couldn't find any. And here's Teton National Park, which is south of Yellowstone.
Lily pads. Far as the eye can see.
It was really beautiful.
Insane.
There's a decomposed log
there's,
button,
some
but
over there.
top left, you
Tap
can,
it.
these things, if you top them, the pollen fall out.
Dang, I didn't think I would ever see a sight like this. Maybe a big goose.
And the comment of the big goose actually said it was a sandhill crane.
Ah! That's wild.
Can you take my camera and take a picture of it? Right there. Yeah, I'm just gonna stay in. It's too.
Yeah.
On the trail, please.
A wooden eye watch.
On bottom right is Old Faithful, and everyone's waiting. I think it goes every 60 or 90 minutes, but it's not really the biggest geyser though. There's other ones that were actually much bigger. It's just, I guess, that it's reliable is the appeal to it. And top right was horse tour. Oh, and top left, this restaurant had a boat horn, and right there it is, and they blew it when we sat down at our table, and it scared the heck out of us. And we had a buffalo burger, and it was delicious. But also later we'll have a picture of
I knew it was horses.
buffalo, what was it?
Knew.
A grilled, it was this ground steak, and that was like meatloaf. That wasn't that great, but here's just a picture of it, because in the town, it's called Westlake, or not West Yellowstone, I think. Yeah, and every single hotel was taken, and normally we don't need a reserve, but here you probably really do need a reservation to get anywhere. And this was just 15 miles out, and right over there is a
It'll come back.
Muskrat, I think. Yeah, Muskrat. Yeah. But here's the view from a hotel, and it was like $200, which is the same price of if we just got a usual hotel without anything, and we get this view. It's beautiful. And then you look down. One of the guys gave us a full fish, and I didn't get a full picture of it, but it was pretty tasty. I think it was a worker for the place.
Oh, there we go.
It was really nice, and then you can see how like an eagle flying thing. That was pretty nice. But yeah, the hotel was fully furnished, and which is crazy. But I guess they have all that because there isn't much around it, and it's just for skiers. Oh, I'll make a video about
That is so cool.
the leashes later. Really.
It's so
Yeah,
varied,
those
all the
things are
things just like
weird.
right around each other.
But yeah, there's a whole bunch of geysers everywhere.
That is awesome.
But
Whoa.
most of them, they either it's a
It
mix
sounds like a
between
machine doing it.
with rotten eggs or farts. You get the range between those two things, so a lot to look forward to. But I guess there was one. The biggest one didn't smell of anything, but which was good. Which is by after this we went to a very colorful one as then.
And then that bottom portion is being superheated. So you can kind of think of it sticking a cork in there and then superheating it. What's originally
See,
or eventually going to happen to that cork? That right there. And what's that was a good one.
That was well timed.
That was great timing. Thank you. So as it lifts that first time, it lessens the pressure, and that underneath water flash steams, which causes exorbitant pressure, so that it has to lift and continue to start shooting out. And then it depends on the type of opening as to the type of geyser that you're going to see. If it's a fountain geyser, it's a little bit wider opening and usually have water on the surface that it's exploding through. And then the jet geyser, usually the cone on the surface that's actually acting as a nozzle, kind of like a fire hose. Another way you can think about it is a 4-lane highway. A spring is when there's no construction happening. That water is able to easily flow out, there's no backup. And then you can think of construction happening, narrowing it down to a single lane, only a little bit, but eventually they're going to finish that construction and boom, everything goes. Exactly, it's just like any spring. But if you guys are ready, we'll keep walking. Oddly enough, you have to have in the area. Otherwise, the silicon will continue to build up inside of it and eventually clog it and turn it into a thermal explosion. That's where the pressure builds too high and has absolutely nowhere to go.
But yeah, that was one of the bigger ones. And this one, you can see it's a rainbow. It goes from there's like green, blue, and red. At this one, it was beautiful. And there was this one, and kind of earlier there was a big smoke area. That was the one that didn't smell too much, so that was good. But you can see there was a buffalo track because every once in a while buffalo wander into the geyser. So because they really don't care about anything. Like they'll just go. Often you'll find them in the parking lots and stuff, and there'll be 40 or 100 people around them, and they act like they're not even there. But I wouldn't get close to them because the animal could. Oh, and top left you can see there's the guys are actually going through the parking lot. They're building it on top of a new leaf-holding geyser. And with this video, that we were a little early to it, but the salmon going up the street. I think maybe a month after this, there would have been like the big migration to it. But yeah, so you can see two going up, and they were doing this for 15 minutes, being in the same spot. It's quite a trek for them. But here's a muskrat up close. It's just nibbling away. It was like 20, 30 feet away from that last shot.
Drag it out. It does kind of look like a cave, though. The wind's going that way.
There's such a backup.
Oh man. It just keeps going.
Yeah, there were a lot of them. I think the top left one, there's an upper falls. I think there's an upper falls and a lower falls. Yeah, it was a good view, but then we got rained on, so we had to get out of there.
Man, they're all here.
Sure.
In the bottom left, you can see the water's like skirting off the water at the bottom. So kind of skipping across. So the bottom left here is there's often, because contrary to normal national parks, Yellowstone is just a figure eight. So there'll be Everybody's on the same road, pretty much. So there'll be large kind of traffic jams. And here's the area of the park and the surrounding parks. There's a fire that went through it, and here's just geothermal areas across the world. And the fire is why you
Is it
see
bad?
whole stretches
Oh, this one's not
of
too
just
bad.
dead trees.
She's just following you. Woo. That one is pretty bad. You can't see it. Okay. Here's something going. Upper terrace. Everything's all divided.
On the bottom left, there's a shot of it's a bird called a killdeer, which is eating the algae, which I thought was pretty interesting. In the bottom right, in the picnic area, there was, I think it's this one, female elk that were just sitting in a yard eating their grass.
Okay.
Go. You heard it? I didn't hear it.
Yeah, I heard it. We hit the rock and then bounced into the sand.
Oh, shoot.
Here's some silkworms, I think. Right, a bush right next to it.
Down there.
you want to pay attention to this raven. Okay, so it was hovering on this updraft, so it only caught the end of it, so that's why I repeated it. So the start part,
shoot.
he was doing it for like a minute, and then I got like the last 5 seconds of it. But yeah,
So cool.
so I was disappointed.
I know.
Oh yeah, bottom left. They have open ranches. Oh, and top left is the video we're going to be doing later. Top right is, I don't know why they chose that. Probably take a while down, but bottom left was an open ranch, and so that they have these steel grates that go across the road, where because cattle, and they actually do it for buffalo too, they can't step through them because they have hoofs. Yeah, they have these grates, and that's way they'll have a fence that'll be going on both sides of the road, and it'll be open when you're inside. So you actually kind of, which is really interesting because you don't really see those. Well, in more like I guess east or west, but just not in the Great Plains as often. Yeah, and I think we got into Montana. Oh, right here. All that black, that's all coal. There's a whole layer of earth. It's not like a pile, it's part of that cliff. And that was really crazy. And we're moving into South Dakota, and it's called the Blackhead. You can see from the pictures that it looks black outside. It's because of the bark on the trees. It makes it look black. And we went to this one tourist stop that was pretty much all it was known for was Calamity Jane and oh yeah, Wild Bill Hickok, which are Wild West, I guess the youth gunmen, whatnot, and it was a tour trip. Like even the cemetery had an admission thing, which yeah, I know it was hilarious that we actually went to it, but blame my mom for that. But all it was is just a whole bunch of casinos, and it was like casino after casino, and me and my dad would joke. Oh yeah, we're joking that it was just like all the like retired people just playing like the nickel slots and the penny slots for hours, and for yeah, just till they keel over, I guess. But everything had Hitchcock on it, and the town's name was Deadwood, which was right next to Mount Rushmore, and Sturgis, which is it's a huge bike rally that happens once a year, and yeah, they're all on just the southwest corner of South Dakota, and bottom right you'll see some people were dressed up in like Mount Rushmore, like Washington had, and I can't tell from the picture who's the other one, but yeah, so that was pretty entertaining. And bottom left going through the entrance, and then top right you can see the state flags and Mount Rushmore and Ohio flags top left.
It's been involved in making it.
Fully changed his design.
It's the Hall of Records. Right behind.
But yeah, the Hall Records is that thing behind Mount Rushmore that holds records and important, I guess art and document stuff. But Sturgis, it's a big bike rally. Actually, I think it's like the biggest in the country. I guess that's pretty interesting. I don't have my motorcycle, but it would be interesting to go to one. I think it's like once a year. I don't know when, spring or summer.
There's a couple little ones to the left. Little guys. Oh man, look at all those flies.
So many. Stop.
Wow, look at that.
Oh, there's another grate. And here's Wind Cave, and had an air lock right before the cave, so moisture wasn't getting, and bacteria, and just a whole bunch of things that would just. Oh, yeah, I think it was the air pressure changes. They didn't want that. I got as much as I could, and I thought it would be like a linear cave, but it was literally layer on layer, and every single direction there was a not just like forward, backward, but like diagonal upward and everywhere. It's like a beehive almost. There was a pass that went everywhere. It was miles of cave.
We have all these smooth surfaces. Don't have any more of that hard, sharp box work, no more pointy edges. But it kind of misleads you because generally when you think about water in caves, you think about rivers, and rivers aren't what we had here. There was no underground river cutting a channel through the rock. Instead, we had just a lot
Limestone,
of
slowly revealing the boxwork to us.
Very slow movement, very slow swimming. As that water was moving around, it had a chance to eat away from the limestone, where the rock was weakest, giving us a nice complex structure. Well, eventually that water started to lower out of Wind Cave, and as it did that, it started to condense on the walls and ceiling above, slowly run down and perspire, smoothing out the edges of the cave. It had more time to do this in the upper level of the cave than in the middle and lower section, which is thankful, because that's what saved our boxwork from being eroded away and having the entire cave look like this. But, does anybody have any questions, just right quick?
YOLO!
No.
YOLO! YOLO!
This is a picture moment.
I guess that one.
That other car made it. but that's all so far up, man.
We would get water in our underbus.
I wonder if those guys ran.
Yeah. Why did they make the bridge dip in the first place?
It's awful. It's like a dam. Is it a dam or
I guess it's a dam.
See, this city is freaking weird. They don't even know how to build bridges. We do not want to stay in a place like this. They don't even...
Our neighbor.
Oh, all the hotels were, well, all the rooms were taken. So this is what happens. This is the second time it's ever happened ever with me. And my family goes traveling a lot. Is they'll give you a suite for normal room price.
So yeah, that's what
we hit the
happens
jackpot. But it was so
when
weird because
only
it wasn't
suites are left.
it wasn't connected to the hotel. It was in like an industrial complex. We were like, what the heck? When we saw like Sweet Chi,
Oh
like
my god.
our neighbor
Nail spa.
being
Nice.
yeah, nail spa and all that.
What is? Oh my god.
The sound you hear is prairie dogs, and their colonies went on for miles. It was huge. That's why I just have it running in the bottom left. Just went on and on and on and on.
They're all watching. Oh yeah, half the herd's on one side, half the herd's on the other side.
And that's a map of Badlands.
Just take a picture of the herd, would you?
What's the point of the fence then? Oh. Whew. A big herd way over there. I think they really want to get on this other side of the fence. Oh, my fence.
Oh, down there you can see. I think it was pronghorn. Or it might have been mountain goats. Yeah, I think it was pronghorn.
Hey guys, way up here. Watch out, it's clay. It'll brush off real easily, but pretty fun. But right at the moment, I think it might just be this area. I'll put in the video later. Or something else.
It was not just that area. It was everything. Everything was either
Go with this.
gravel or clay. It was
Sometimes you
extremely
yourself
difficult
in spots like that.
to get across,
Interesting.
but it was fun.
Cannot get up there. That's hard. Thought they would have something. Apparently not. There's my mom yelling at me. I remember these moments. Get to the end of this thing.
But yeah, if I would to advise rock climbing, I would say more Utah is better.
We are at the like windows.
Badlands is
There's
not
also a
not
door.
that great.
The other way. They're gonna
Because
climb that one?
I'm a big
That one.
rock climbing fan.
No.
Oh, and I couldn't get to the first one that I pointed to. But I got to the second one, so that was good. Oh yeah, you can see bottom left, you can see the pronghorn that were. Well, it was a different group.
There's the window. Over there. Woo! So how did that? Way down there. Whew, this is a steep one.
It's hard to get up when everything's all crumbly and clay, but I would go up to where the water runs through it, because that's normally the hardest part.
The original target.
And there's actually rocks there. That's how I got up for the most part. Sorry for my panning. It's so bad. But I did get to the end of this. But then I had to turn around and go back.
Woo. Whew.
Oh, I thought this was interesting. It's cattle transporter, but it was a double decker for it, which is I've never seen before. But, so yeah, there was two of them just in the gas station. So that was interesting. Okay, now we're in the second half. Oh, that's the bison ground used to be. That was bad. That was awful. But when you don't plan your second half, this is what happens. You end up at the Corn Palace, which is it's a tourist trap, and it's just it's so awful. Well, I've been there before, like in the last trip. But yeah, there's Cornelius in the top left. He was following me.
Good afternoon, Corn Palace visitors. The next Corn Palace tour will be starting in 5 minutes. If you are interested, make your way to the front lobby and we will start the tour.
But other than the outside, it's just a big gift shop. And top right, we just passed in Minnesota, but we only went at the bottom, so just pretty much act as the train you see is just actually, where's that Wyoming? Oh, actually, I think we. No. Hold on. Oh, and we're passing over the Mississippi, but it was in 3 parts, so it was all that. But yeah, the Minnesota, we were just at the bottom, so it just pretty much act as if that was what Iowa looks like. And we hit Wisconsin too. But yeah, when you don't plan anything for the second half of your trip, you're not gonna have a great trip at the end. You have to have stops. But yeah, you can see us slowly just me and my brother just get looping and just like whatever, because it's hours and hours and hours and hours of drive.
Tree over there, you didn't see. And there's there's a shed, and there's a sign.
You front the
Little
road.
brother.
You front the road.
Oh, there is Deed Road.
Oh, and then there's a sky.
Sky, look at it. It's so skyish.
And then, whoa,
Or and top left, we got back.
Yeah.
Because
Missing. Other
we found this. So after my neighbor brought it from our front porch to his house because it was gonna rain, but someone just left it at our house. And the thing is, this isn't the first time it happened. This actually happened before.
Speedway.
Oh baby. When someone left a giant stuffed ape on our doorstep on my brother's birthday, so we think he might have a stalker.
High quality.
And we're still trying to figure out. But the thing is, even before the ape, someone was leaving bananas in our yard, and we just find black bananas in the snow because his birthday is in January. And so now we have this. Gotta figure out who did it.